Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. JC here with another video on Action Taimanin. Today we're gonna check another BR builds, but before we start, don't forget to leave a like, share and subscribe if you enjoy the content. So I'm gonna be doing a couple of these while we still have the LWS squad, so I may add them like every now and then in between other important videos, just so that you know. But in any case, let's check what we're gonna be doing here. So right now, we're gonna be doing two important things here. Like, we're gonna be using Tokiko, and we're gonna be using Phantasma. The third slot can be for any attacker, preferably a range attacker, because we're fighting against the LWS squad. So let's start with this one. I'm gonna do two runs very quickly because the role of Tokiko doesn't change that much despite her building changing. So we're gonna go with red Tokiko and green Tokiko. So red is gonna be the limited set, just so that you know, and you only need the weapon from that set. So yeah, my Tokiko, as you can see, is level 75. Do remember, guys, that my awakening stats are basically maxed out. I am missing these ones, like evade crit, and block crit. This, as well as the PvP ones, but everything else is maxed out. So that's why I can withstand this. Maybe you won't be able to do it at the same step that I do, but these strategies can help you with other floors. And besides, you want to increase the level of the characters you want to use on VR. So let's see. I'm gonna be using the limited weapon Aurora, which is going to let's see. It says when using Taimanin art firing has a 100% chance to double the number of kunais, which is great, and it's gonna increase her utility, not just the damage. And it changes forms. That doesn't matter. Enemies hit by transformed kunais have increased damage taken by 6 seconds for 4 seconds and stack up to 5 times. That means that 5 times. That means that it's going to be a 30% damage increase when you hit with all of them to one enemy, or well, at least 5 of them to one enemy. But what's the catch? Like, compare to the Momochi weapon with Bright and Arrows, this is not as effective. But you don't have to worry about critting, and you don't have to have a limited supporter arrows. You do need the limited weapon, Aurora, so well, it is what it is. If you have this, you can use it. Mine, as you see, is 4 out of 5, and I'm using this one that is 5 out of 5, only plus 10, and this is plus 15. Obviously, anti-machine Magatamas, we're going to be using a mixed build, as you can see. We don't get that much value of going pure because it only gives me critical rate, and I'm not going to use the triple set. Where is the triple set? The triple set skill, so I don't need to go pure. I can go mix. If you want to go pure, that's okay, but I'm also going to use a bunch of reds on the other characters. So the important thing is that we reach 2 red so that we have the track enemies trait on this skill, which is going to allow you to hit guaranteed the enemies. If you don't, it's gonna attack like this, and this is not that great. You have to be in front of the enemy to hit all the kunais. Then we're gonna be using Clairvoyance, so I need to get near the enemy just to avoid their attacks so that I can activate this. And with these 2 attacks, I'm going to be increasing the damage of everyone else. And of course, my basic attacks are going to be enhanced to be ranged because it is very annoying to play Tokiko melee, especially against the LWS squad. So for supporters, I have Spinel. You can change this build completely, but let me explain what's the purpose of this. Tokiko is not going to deal that much damage. She is level 75. So I decided to equip a character, well, a supporter, that is going to increase the character of other attackers. In this case, I'm going to increase the attack of Phantasma, because it says increase damage dealt to all enemies by ally demon type characters by 28%. That's huge. And it's not going to increase the passive increase. This extra passive doesn't increase. This is by leveling up, just so that you remember. Everything else doesn't really matter. Even the bind doesn't really matter because the enemies are immune to slow. So yeah. And also, that's the reason why I'm not using Indomitable Fuma Tokiko, because the enemies are immune to slow. It is a nice option to have, for sure. It is a good utility supporter, but not necessary for this strategy. Now, I'm putting whatever supporters in the other slots because I don't have that many options that are red that are going to help out everyone else passively, you know? Like Tokiko would if they weren't immune to slow, the LWS squad. And that's basically the only one that could help me. Because the other ones have the effect in the main slot, and I'm already using Spinel on the main. So I went with Stella. And for the third slot, you can pick whatever you want. In my case, I pick Felicia to increase my damage because Tokiko is assist, so she gets the 56% damage increase. So yeah, that's great. But you can also go with other options. Unfortunately, not Phantasma because again, they are immune to slow. But you could go with Heavy Coat to inflict poison. You could go with Lamarck maybe. You could go with a better option in... Where is this girl? Yachio. Yachio is way better if you want to be supportive. So there's things that you can equip. If you want to be tankier, you can just equip whatever you want. Nanase, you can equip Kirara, you can equip Hisui, you can equip damage increase supporters like Arabella or Amane, Fumamane. So whichever option you do is fine because you don't need to go pure red. Then we have Phantasma. Phantasma, this is something that I have been testing and I am very surprised at her. If you have mixed supports, and I mean supporters that give you both damage increase and damage reduction, Phantasma becomes an excellent counter and damage dealer in red. Like, she can perform 2 roles at once. So, obviously, I don't have a weapon that I can use here, so I'm gonna go with this and this. This is 4 out of 5, plus 13, plus 13, these ones. Since Phantasma is gonna be the counter, I'm going to take the advantage of the damage reduction from machine type enemies as well as the ensnaring effect. And of course, they are anti-machine. These are whatever. The next one, I'm gonna be using Crunching Fear and Twister Dance to recover HP so that she never dies, and Phantasmal Mirror to get a little bit of a space. Then I'm gonna be using this. This is the only premium supporter. She's 5 out of 5, but you can always get her. She's in the permanent pool, you know? So it's not that difficult. And besides, you can substitute her for whatever you want. You can also use this in the main. It's pretty good. But anything that you use is fine. You can use this. You can use Major. There's options. Then we have Lilim. Lilim is going to increase the damage as well as reduce the damage taken from debuffed enemies, and Phantasma always debuffs, so it's not a difficult thing to achieve. And then we have Furfur. Furfur is going to do exactly the same. She's going to increase damage and reduce damage taken. So it is just perfect. She also gives invincibility, but her invincibility is not that important. It doesn't last long. So yeah. I'm just making her tanky so that she can survive and heal. And she deals damage at the same time. And one more thing. What we're doing here is abuse defense down. So the enemies near this character are going to receive a defense down. And she's going to work as a counter. So that's great. Then we're also going to be using the defense down and the damage increase from Taimanin Fang and Evil Eye Clairvoyance. And then we have Micah. Micah is also going to inflict defense down. For Micah, we're going to use this. Oh yeah, I remember now. I have to equip one Machine Magatama. Do I have one Machine Magatama? I think I equip it on on Tokiko. Wait 1 second. I swear I have that machine Magatama somewhere. Or do I have it with her? No. Well, I forget where that Magatama... Hey, there we go. Nice. Perfect. So now I have the all anti-machine. I only have the thunder attribute, but that's fine. It increases my damage against machines. These are beat sticks, as you can see. They are 5 out of 5 plus 13. And we're going to use Ruthless Explosion to reduce the defense of the enemy. So the enemy is going to receive a ton of defense reduction, as you can see. Then we're going to use Carpet Bombing for defending Micah against the mobs. And Death from Above to deal damage. We're using Susune because the enemies are going to be debuffed. Definitely. Yukina because she's a big damage increase. And Fuyutsuki because there's a ton of mobs, so she's going to increase her damage little by little. In case you want something else, there's other things that you can use. You can use, for example, by the way, you can also use White Freraska with this one. You can use Stella, Barretta. You can use Nino, Granny. There's a ton of good supporters that you can use with this one. You can even use Homura if you want, because she's going to be ranged and she's not going to receive that much damage. So let's test it. It's going to be super quick. A little bit of water. Yeah. So obviously my Tokiko is not going to do the damage. She's just going to support. But even so, she needs to do this. Yeah. She positions herself properly so that she can activate her evade. Come on. There. And then Fang. And as you can see, Phantasma is going to recover constantly her HP. So yeah, she works pretty well as a tank as long as she's red. If she is not red, she won't work as a tank. I mean, she can go mixed, but it's mixed with 2 red, at least. Let's see. Nice! You see? That was pretty fast, and I'm on step 61. Well, I didn't have damage reduction. I have done this run with damage reduction. And yeah, it's slower. I will admit that much. But still, it's consistent. And it's pretty easy because Phantasma is tanking all the damage while she heals. She's an excellent tank. If you have the right red supporters. Now we're gonna do a slight change. I'm gonna keep the weapon, but we're not gonna use it. It's just gonna be a beat stick. And I'm gonna change Taimanin Art Fang for Taimanin Art Blast. And we're gonna go green. For green, let me check. I need to go pure green in this case. So I'm gonna use this one. You can equip like whatever once again. She's going to work as a supporter. But preferably you do want things that give you defense because Taimanin Art Blast does some mines. It's going to put some mines, but look at the distance between you and the mines. It's not that far from you, so you're going to get closer to the enemy than you do with Fang. So getting defense reduction is really appreciated. And this is going to pair well because it also inflicts poison, so I deal more damage. Another excellent supporter that you can use, pretty easy and pretty good, is going to be Misaki, because in case of an emergency, you just can put you can use the active of the supporter, and you're gonna heal Phantasma or Micah in the worst case scenario. Yeah, because sometimes the enemy goes after Micah. And by the way, the perfect dodge is way stronger on this color. Come on, what? Ah, yeah, it's double dash. I forgot that it was double dash. There. Okay, no, there's no damage reduction. Nice. Oh, come on. I go for the one with the mines? No. Yeah, I'm not dealing as much damage. I do prefer the other one, but it works. Nice. Damage increase. Well, defense reduction technically. Like this. Perfect. I could use the ultimate to waste time, but I won't. And when I say waste time, I mean cooldown time. And now I will, because I got hit. So that I can reduce the cooldown, you know? Yeah, if they hadn't interrupted my skill, I wouldn't have used it. But that's why what we should do with the ultimate. There, perfect. And Phantasma can finish blue, perfect. And then we go for red. And Mike is going to use her ultimate, nice. Nice. You see that aggressive damage reduction, the defense reduction, that is going to keep the enemy easy to beat. Yeah, perfect. So for the fans of Tokiko, you should definitely use her as a supporter. She can be an attacker for sure, but her best color for dealing damage, nice, it's red. No, it's blue. And you need to invest a lot into her. I do not recommend that. Like, it's like Kirara. She can be useful, but it takes a lot. And on Phantasma's part, well, you saw that she's really good as a tank, as a counter, because she can heal pretty easily on red. But if you're not doing red, it's a little bit more challenging. She can work as a tank, but you rely too much on the supporters. For both colors, for blue and green. Like, red is the easy one. If you have red supporters, good red supporters, you can get this character and be confident that she's gonna be very easy to play. If you don't, well, maybe you want to select another one. So yeah, that's about it for today, and I'll be seeing you next time. Bye!